dude's place here. Gotta get hyped first though. Get that tingling in your balls, man. Woo! Makes you feel alive, doesn't it? Alright. Alright, let's go. How's everybody doing here? It's Dominic here with you today. We're going to be looking at break and enter. We're going to discuss it, and we're going to discuss what we just watched in the video. So, break and enter. It's found in section 348 of the Criminal Code of Canada. So there's two different punishments for break and enter. The first one is 348(1)(e), D, correction, and that is break and enter into a dwelling house. So for that one, it is strictly indictable, and you're liable up to imprisonment to being in prison for life. So that's a big time no-no. I would like to avoid that. 348(1)(e), however, is break and enter for any place other than a dwelling house. So we all know how specific and nitpicky law has to be. So the criminal code also defines for us any other place that you can break into. Excuse me. So we look at it. It includes, so we said a dwelling house, which is basically someone's home. But for 348(1)(e), it's any other place, so it can be a building, like a business, grocery store, what have you. You can't break and enter to a car. However, a car is not considered a place for the purpose of this section in the criminal code. If someone breaks in your car, there's other charges you can follow provincially or criminally. Continuing onward though, like I said, you can break, however, into a railway car, a plane, or a boat, stuff like that. That constitutes break and enter. As well, a pen or enclosure for fur-bearing animals. So don't go breaking into Grandpa's barn. So, fun fact about break and enter. There's a presumption of intent. Now what does that mean? Basically means it's a reverse onus. So I break into your place, I'm arrested, the proof of which lies on me to prove that I do not have any intentions to commit an indictable offense or do any other criminal activity in there. As well, that I had lawful justification to be there. So it's no longer the court's job to prove that I had that. It's my job to prove that I didn't have that intention to do that. So in the example video, we saw Joe Dirtsack. He's sitting in his vehicle, he's getting hyped. So we can see there he's got pre-intent. He's thought about this for a while now. He knows what he's going to go do. That's the big thing about break and enter, as opposed to what we're going to look at later, unlawfully in a dwelling house, is there's pre-intent. So to break down the video further, case law has shown us some specific examples of what constitutes the commission of a break and enter. So first off, you need to break. Now, as you see, oftentimes movies, TV shows, you're probably thinking jamming a window, prying open a door, busting out a window, what have you. No, that does constitute breaking, but it can be much more simpler than that. To constitute a break, what we see in case law is it's any amount of force used to gain entry. So Joe Dirtsack in the video here, he simply goes and opens the door. He used force to gain entry, therefore he broke. Next element is enter, which that's pretty self-explanatory, so we're not going to go too far into that. So yeah, once you've broken into a place, you've entered, it's on you now. You go to court, you got to prove that you were not in there to commit an indictable offense. And that pretty much sums up break and enter. I'm Barry. Unita?
Yeah. Come in. Are you ready to Netflix and chill?
Ready to do this thing?
No. You need to leave now.
I ain't going nowhere, girl. Alright, so now we just watched Unlawfully in a Dwelling House. So, it's a little bit more of a tricky section to understand than break and enter. But now that we know what break and enter is, it's going to make it a lot easier. So, unlawfully in a dwelling house, it's found in section 349(1) of the Criminal Code of Canada. And it's punishable by way of indictment or summary conviction. So it's a hybrid offense or a dual offense, whatever you want to say here. It's punishable by indictment by a maximum punishment of up to 10 years. So, another fun fact about this offense, it has a presumption of intent. So that's very similar to break and enter If I am in someone's home without lawful justification, there's a presumption of intent that I was there to commit an indictable offense or fuck around, do something, you know. So the proof of which lies on me to prove that I had justification to be there and that I was not there to commit an offense. So basically, the example we saw in the video, Miss Anita Cock invites Barry McCockiner over to, as the kids like to say these days, Netflix and chill. However, in today's day and age, Netflix and chill doesn't mean what a lot of us would think it means. Miss Cock here thought that it meant, you know, come over, watch a classic movie on the couch, have a good time, that's it. However, Mr. McCockiner thought otherwise. He thought that she was looking to hook up that night, but that was not the case. So like we said earlier, what constitutes it here is that she let him in. He had consent originally to be in the home. However, when he got creepy and she kicked him out, he therefore had no lawful justification to be there. Henceforth, unlawfully in a dwelling house. So to kind of wrap up this session here of unlawfully in a dwelling house, like I said, what we're looking at is being in a place without any lawful justification, and as opposed to break and entering of that pre-intent, unlawfully in a dwelling house, generally intent is formed once you're in there. So go back to the situation in which I said there's a wide open screen door and I walk in. I didn't think that day that I'm going to go do that. I didn't think 2 minutes before that. I just walked in, and now once I'm there, hey, I see some money, I'm going to steal it. So there's kind of a key difference. So to debrief here, we're going to get just some basic tips to protect yourself from break-and-enters or unlawfully in a dwelling house. Number 1, always lock your doors. It's really that simple. 2, maybe leave a light on when you go out or when you're home. It's a deterrent for criminals to see that you're home or that they think someone's home. They don't want to run into that. And number 3, don't invite creepers over. I mean, know your friends, know what's going on, and just stay safe out there, kids.